if for the same family.
Lost Charles.
You go in
We're ready.
I didn't hear you.
All right, it's 2:02 PM. We're going to reconvene the meeting. We were discussing item number 24 related to revisions to the county's purchasing policy.
When did the state raise the levels? Was that 2 years ago?
No.
Year ago.
Last session?
You in trouble? Marcy, did you have any other comments you wanted to make on that, or did you get through your presentation or discussion on the changes to the potential changes?
Yes, I mean, I personally, the higher level, it needs to be the statute, I think. But as far as the auditor approval level, I would like it to stay where it is so we can fix the things before they are actually purchase orders and at that point they're processed. So, I would like to keep it at that level.
Yeah, so, the state legislature passed the limit required for having the competitive bids that are highly formal competitive bids. And so the question was asked, why are we addressing this? Is that we are not in line with the state statute on that. And so that's why we were trying to adjust it. There were suggested level changes, and obviously we're looking for input on that. And there also is discussion, or has been discussion about a purchasing agent that can help us with alignment of how we purchase things in the future. So with that and with the auditor's input, I would suggest that we look at just adjusting the required quotes up to 100,000 that require 2 bids, and then above 100,000 that require the formal competitive bidding process at this time, and leave the remainder set the way they are. So, I don't know if any other commissioners have a thought on that. Or
I think it's a good start.
pardon?
I think it's a good start.
I mean, the majority of the problems are with the minor purchases, I'm gonna say, I call them minor, lower end. Because I'll say, I mean, there's a lot of times it's hard to get competitive bids.
Are we able to break out where those problems are at, so we can go focus and training? I would assume we would.
Yes,
Is it?
and I will say that a number of, it's mostly in road and bridge, which a number of foremen have been very good about trying to figure out historically where items are budgeted. There's been turnover this past year where the current foreman did not create the budget, so that of course, and that's in other departments as well, that there's been department head turnover and they're learning where historically items have been budgeted so that they can, that's a training thing that does factor into that. I would say, I don't make an estimate, but probably at least some is that there have been discussions and they're just not, it's not, whether they're hurrying through it or they're just not paying attention, or there are some that are budget adjustments needed. You're right, it would be training, and I'd gladly work with those liaisons over it for those individuals.
I mean, those accounts, and I've argued with Marcy about that for years, are confusing to anybody. I don't know if there's a way to simplify, and that's another subject for another time, to simplify those.
So it totally could, but you'd want to do that with your budget. Because you want the simplified accounts and then budget in those accounts. And then, you know what I mean?
No, I understand, because it's,
And I will say, all the corrections, whoever the parties are involved get notified. So, I mean, they are aware, so they should understand that, you know, what the issues are and, you know, that kind of stuff moving forward.
Sounds like Crystal volunteered for our first
Sir, I
first staff
misheard
development
me.
for training, correct?
I feel like you misheard me, but we'll discuss.
I didn't do it
I think it'd be great.
I ought to do it to Karen, because she's not here, so.
We do have an old chart of accounts that probably needs to be at some point addressed for more modern purchasing activities going on in technologies and so. Well, I would move that today we modify the purchasing agreement approval matrix for the part that requires quotations from at least 2 vendors from 5,000 to 100,000.
50,000.
No, they do 700.
I'm modifying it to 100,000.
From 50,000 to 100. No.
Well, the category from 5,000 to 50,000 be modified to 5,000 to 100,000. And I move that the purchase, the category that requires formal sealed competitive bids be moved from 50,000 to 100,000.
I understand that completely, I second it.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, let's go back to item 23, which we had started and took a break from. And 23 is to consider and discuss revisions to the rules of procedure, conduct, and decorum at the meetings of the Commissioners Court. Did you want to make your comment, Ms. Schneider?
I appreciate the intent of what this document is hoping to accomplish. One thing that did jump out at me is we have an elderly population that comes to our commission meetings quite often, and a lot of them are veterans, and a lot of them do wear their hats. And I think that's a little onerous to our commissioners' court to expect them to comply, and the same thing with shorts. I have never seen anyone in here who's come to hear to listen that is dressed inappropriately. I mean, where do we draw the line between dirty clothes and shorts? So I would ask that you consider that, that our population is older and a lot of them do wear shorts. And a lot of them are veterans and they do wear hats. You know, and see other people in here doing that. On this section A, or it's actually section 5, part A, you are walking a very fine line on the Open Meetings Act, which is what I just read to you earlier. And again, this is going to be subject to interpretation. And it borders on, and what has happened in the past is when you all don't like something, the hostility comes across to us very clearly. And a lot of the reaction that you get is based on what you've given to us. And when we've asked questions and for answers, and we don't get them, we get silence. And this is why we stand in court when you are having your meetings. That we want those answers. But now we're being given this document, and I do appreciate the intent in which it is written. However, the respect is not given to the citizens on many occasions. It's met with silence, and it's met with just pure dismissal. So when we come up here and we ask questions, we are asking for answers. We're not standing up here because we have nothing better to do with our time. We are asking for rules to be applied and followed, And this body operates with transparency. So those are my comments. Again, it looks very punitive on your parts to punish the citizens and limiting the number of people to speak to 10. Is saying you don't care what they have to say. And this is the point of having people come and speak in commissioner's court and to voice their questions and their opinions and ask questions. This looks very punitive.
I'm gonna address the cap thing. I would never ask that gentleman to take his cap off, because on that side, it says unless prior permission. Obviously, we know. I'm looking for the cap that's on sideways, backwards, whatever. That is inappropriate to me.
I agree.
And that is what the intent of that is.
Okay.
And that's why there's also the permission.
I have one comment also.
Okay.
I don't mean to make a big deal of this. I'm Bob Rowalk, citizen of Gillespie County, retired naval officer. I served 23 years, active duty, 10 years as an officer. I worked my way through the enlisted ranks, and I wear this hat. One, is I've got no respect. We didn't get a lot of respect when we came back from Vietnam.
I'm gonna help you.
Okay,
We got spit on at the airport called baby killers. They weren't allowed to wear their uniforms off the base because they were gonna be assaulted. That's why he was there.
and
And put every name up on that wall in Washington DC.
thank you. I would have ended up fighting you guys on that. It's important to me. I took an oath that I still maintain to protect the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I don't want to be anybody's enemy here, but I want you to know where I stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. So there's a comment about section 5A in the proposed rules. That language is currently in the court's rules that were adopted in 2019. It's, I don't think there's been any change to that particular section, but at least it's being proposed. Do y'all want to do something concerning the hats specifically?
I mean, it says in there that's, you know, unless given permission, and I'm fine. Like I said earlier, I would never ask him to take his cap off. I understand totally where it comes from. I think it's targeting other issues.
Have you had them ask someone to remove their hat?
In the past, yes.
I did 30 years ago, I wore my military hat too.
I would never ask you to remove it. My explanation was the kid that comes in with his ball cap on sideways or backwards, that's disrespectful to me and I will not put up with it.
And I don't blame you.
That's my pet peeve.
I applaud
I'm gonna pull their pants.
Being without a belt, yes.
I mean, again, short comment to me, I don't wear shorts, but there are a lot of men who do, who come in our court, they're professionals. I think that's a bit extreme. Especially when it's 100 degrees outside.
I don't think any of our other courts allow it either, so.
The criminal courts do not, I agree.
Right. And the county court of law doesn't allow it, so. So I don't know if you could modify that to say no inappropriate headgear.
I don't want it to be so discretionary that we're telling some, you can wear a hat that says this, but not that. That's my concern.
Is there a way of wording that with the caps of a honorary, memorialized, veteran recognition? I don't know. I'm searching, I'm grabbing, so.
I mean,
You know,
everybody
I
except for
appreciate,
Bob Ropa.
I appreciate,
Well,
I
I
appreciate you guys take your time to listen to it. And it may not seem like a big deal to anyone else. But when I come to court, I don't hold my hand over my heart. I salute. I'm allowed to salute. And I salute, and you have to wear your hat when you salute. And not in the Army, but in the Navy you do. I just appreciate you guys' consideration.
I mean, you've got profanity listed in other places and obscene gestures.
What do y'all think? I mean, and we can try to work it as written and see if we can.
I mean, it's a living document. I don't have a problem with it now. And
I mean, there are people that wear hats or head cover or headgear for different reasons. And the intent is not to, I think the intent is when it's being done in a way that is perceived to be disrespectful or doesn't reflect the dignity of the court, if you will. So
That's better.
I'm trying to think if, yes, sir.
This may sound simple, but you can't legislate common sense. If I need a card signed by you, for the hash in the court, I'll do it. But I hope you understand my reasons for.
Yes, sir. And I also want to add that we do make accommodations for anybody that needs any accommodations. They can always make a request to my office ahead of the meeting. We can accommodate in any form or fashion. So it's not just the hat situation, but if somebody had a medical condition or some reason why they had to do, wear something that didn't necessarily fit in the decorum policy. Correct. Right. Yeah.
if they had a knee replacement, they had to wear shorts. I mean, it would make sense.
Or if they don't have a leg like Jay. You don't see Jay on that.
All right. Any other discussion? I mean, in reality, a lot of this is carryover from our previous rules. There's not a whole lot of substantial changes. We're going to talk about the effective date. If we approve it, when will the effective date be?
I would say it'd be effective prior to the next regular session. Or
I'd like
after
to,
today.
or July 1st, that's upcoming. And
All right. Anybody want to make a motion on this? Any other discussion?
Are you anticipating cleaning that or changing that on the cap situation in shorts, or is
I
that
think we just leave it and
leave it and
if it
deal
becomes
with
an
it on
issue,
day-to-day
address
basis?
it. I mean, we'll,
Well, I move we approve the rules of procedure, conduct, and decorum at the meetings of the Gillespie County Commissioners Court as presented with effective date of July 1st, 2026.
Second.
there's a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 27, consider and discuss approval of amendments to the Hill Country Energy Subregional Planning Commission interlocal agreement and the bylaws, and consider appointment of county representatives to serve on the commission. Is Mr. Nysky coming back? I doubt it. All right, Ms. Schneider, you had signed up to make public comments on this item.
I guess my question is, Commissioner Farmer, you are on that 391 and you don't go.
Well, I don't think I'm officially on it because I don't think the court has ever taken any action to
Yes, it
appoint,
happened.
not to appoint somebody. We've,
You and Judge Jones were appointed in the very beginning. And you did attend one, maybe two meetings. That was it. I've had discussions with two of the commissioners from other counties. They are concerned that this county has no interest in pursuing the 391 because no one shows up. And Judge Jones, you resigned in March and have never discussed your reasons for resigning. I know why you resigned. But again, there's been no reappointment of anyone else, and the other commissioners are concerned that there is no appreciation for the work that's being done and the efforts made. Because no one comes, no one replies to emails, no one replies to phone calls. I've spoken to Rich Paces and to Commissioner McCall. They are very concerned about the lack of participation. Who are you going to appoint?
We have to discuss that.
Well, I mean, quite honestly,
I
Since the
agree with,
other-
I'm sorry, I agree with Commissioner Crummer. We did not, we just started showing up. We never made a formal appointment of individuals. Commissioner Crummer and I showed up. We got the cart in front of the horse, so to speak, on some of these issues. I emailed Commissioner Paces and McCall with some other concerns about the way that these documents were approved. But the intent today is to consider these amendments and then make appointments for county participation moving forward.
it makes sense to have the two commissioners, which the two projects are located in the precincts. And that would be Commissioner Walters and Commissioner Farmer.
Thank you. All right, the first item is amendment to the interlocal agreement, which is the controlling document, and there's bylaws that fall underneath that. And so the amendment to the interlocal was, there's one proposed change, which has been approved by Kendall County already. I don't know if Kerr County has considered this or not, but this was a drafting error from before, which says that there would be, initially it read there were 6 board members, and now it says 8. And so that's just it says 8 qualified individuals, I'm sorry. That's the only change in the interlocal that's proposed. And then in the bylaws, it discusses the appointment of the landowner representative, which was a non-elected citizen that participated as a citizen representative on that commission. And so it sets out a process to allow for appointment of that with an alternating appointment between each of the 3 counties, one for each year, and just rotates based on that. Again, that has already been approved by Kendall County I don't know if Kerr County has considered that for approval or not at this time. So on those two amendments, is there any
I'm sorry.
questions or discussion or comments on the proposed amendments?
I don't have an issue with them.
Anybody want to make a motion?
I move to approve the amendments to the Hill Country Energy Sub-Regional Planning Commission interlocal agreement and bylaws as presented.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve as presented the bylaws and interlocal. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Or let's consider appointment of individual county reps to serve on the commission.
What'd you find? What'd you find?
It's in the back.
You have a question, Nelson?
No, I was trying to, no.
Okay.
Well, I do believe that we should have the commissioners that are associated with the geographic proposed locations of our two battery storage facilities, at least the initial representatives on the commission. I mean, at some point in the future, if we have to do some changing around, I could see that, and there could be places pop up, but it makes sense to me that we would have Commissioner Offer and Commissioner Palmer on the commission.
I guess my initial question is, when are the meetings? How often are the meetings? I'm not that familiar with that part of it.
We can educate you.
I'll let you know.
They had been monthly historically, I think. I don't remember the day. I don't know if it's like a certain like third Wednesday or something. I don't remember. But, and the location rotates from each county usually. So it'll be in one county 1 month, the next month, the next county, and the next month it'll be the next county, and then rotates.
And it's during the day sometimes?
Sometimes it's in the evening.
There's only been one in the evenings.
Evenings are tough.
Well, you'll be able to make those decisions when you get on the board.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I totally understand the logic behind it, so yes.
Thank you.
I move we appoint Commissioner Offers and Commissioner Palmer to the sub-regional committee.
A second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries.
I'm gonna get a hat too.
Oh, boy.
Go best our Texas.
We got one judge that we've skipped, sir. 12.
Is it the bulletproof one?
Yes.
Okay. Do we need to have more executive session discussion on this?
Not for my sake, no.
Okay. Sorry, y'all okay with it? Yes. It's for the LEC, not for,
I don't have any new information over the last time. So- Sorry.
all right, so we're talking about proposal to, I guess, Jeff, do you want to,
Let's table it until the sheriff will be here.
okay. I'm okay with that. If it's not urgent, we can put it on the next
No
agenda.
action.
Which item was that?
Well,
So we will not consider item number 12 today. Not only is there no action, there's even no discussion on that item. We will bring that back at a future meeting. All right. Item number 2 is consent agenda, routine business. Items the court will consider in a single motion unless a member of the court wants to pull one of those items for individual discussion. I've started putting as much as I can in the consent agenda for packet. I did get your email. I'm going to work on getting more of the reports and stuff ahead of time and see if I can get those. We just need to get a process in place to get those incorporated into that packet as well. So you'll notice in the packet, there's like a big chunk. I put a cover page that says consent items, and then, there's a pretty substantial number of pages.
87 pages.
And then I put a second page after that that says regular agenda items. Any discussion or motion on the consent agenda?
I move we approve our consent agenda as presented.
A second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Anything else, commissioners?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned at 2:33 p.m. Thank you.
Driver safety training.
What? Thanks.
You have driver safety training tomorrow?
Yeah, what time is that?
Lynn, are you here?
Thank you very much.
Oh, and my dad was in the Korean War, so that was all right there, so
I know. Thank you.
yes, sir.
Means a lot.
No, I respect our veterans, that's for sure.
Judge, I saw your nod. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Do what?
You guys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, know anything about that right there?
8 to 10:30 at AgriLife.
I mean, I guess there are some grants for that kind of stuff. If you're gonna mess with all that, it might take a while. Geez, kind of like 14 videos from today. Can you